command you to go and read your Bible before you come to the internet. Before you go around claiming to be a religious person or a holy person, read your damn book. It is frankly embarrassing when you try to represent your religion, and some of you stay in that religion for years, and your lazy asses can't even read the damn book that you're supposed to read. Going to church every Sunday and hearing your pastor tell the same thing over and over to you, read it. Oh, I have authority to command you because I found many of you wanting. You're a bunch of pretenders, lazy believers. The worst thing you can do as a believer is be a lazy believer. At that point, there's no reason for you to keep believing. Because if you read the damn book and you come over here and I say there is no God, at least you're going to know how to put up a fight, a real fight. You're not going to sound stupid and ignorant about your own religion. Anyways. Hello?
I was just wondering, I was strolling through TikTok, and I've been listening to everything that you guys was talking about, but I don't understand, like you're saying there is no God, but you're reading the Bible.
Sister, it is good practice to educate yourself on a subject you disagree with in order to properly communicate why you disagree with it. It is necessary that I read the Bible so I can tell you how it is wrong, not just that it is wrong. You understand? It's a due diligence that is necessary in this game. Now, I have a slight advantage. I was a Christian for a long time, and for a long time, I did read it as a believer. But as I studied my way out of it, I read it even more. I continue reading it daily because my goal is not just to tell you that it is wrong, but to show you how it is wrong. I would do you no service if I simply said it was wrong and then expect you to take my words for it. I have to be able to go into the book and hold you accountable. This is a book of fairy tales and myths. This book would be very useful to you if you understood that it's a book of myths that carries stories that are not true. But you can be inspired by these stories in this book in the same capacity that you can be inspired by a movie you watch. You can learn from this book in the same capacity that you can learn from any other movie that you watch. But you do not walk out of the movie theater believing that the movie was real just because it was scary or that it's true events.
So you're saying there is no God? I mean,
there never has been and there never will be. That is an unbelievable truth.
So, I mean, you don't pray to nothing? You just exist?
When I was a Christian, I used to talk to myself while convincing myself that I was talking to God. Now that I'm no longer a Christian, I just talk to myself directly in the exact same way. Listen, let me repeat myself. When I was a Christian, I used to talk to myself while pretending that I was talking to someone else, though nobody ever talked back. Now that I'm no longer a Christian, I still talk to myself, but except this time around, I acknowledge the fact that I am talking to myself, and I still get the same results. But the only advantage I have now is that I am honest with myself and I do not lie to myself. I still walk out of that room right after praying, knowing that I have to go and work and get what I want. In fact, I don't even need to be in a room no more. And I find it kind of convenient. You know, it's therapeutic. But most religious people lie to themselves. The worst thing is you telling God, praying and thanking God without even thanking the human being who is directly responsible for the reason why you're thankful. I stopped lying to myself. There is no God, my sister. God is the old form of government that was used to rule the world. You see, we live in the New World Order right now. If you live in America, you live in Europe, we live in the New World Order. What is the New World Order? The New World Order is the government of the people, for the people, by the people. The Old World Order was the government of God, by the king. These are all man-made systems of governance. That's why in ancient times, presidents and rulers of countries would even declare themselves gods sometimes.
So when
Instead of rather than constitutions, they would have scriptures. When you die, that's it, sister. You only have one life to live. Don't take it, don't waste a single breath. You ain't getting another one. If there's somebody in this world that you love, you ain't gonna see them in heaven. You better go see them right now. If there's somebody in this world that you have offended, you better go ask them for forgiveness right now so you can have your peace of mind. The only thing that's gonna be happening to you after you die is the morgue or the crematorium. That is the harsh reality of the world. And that reality is so harsh that in ancient times, a bunch of people came up with ideas and stories that they can tell people so that people could not focus on that reality, to distract you from that reality. So they told you that you're going to go to some heaven. Have you ever wondered why all the streets in heaven are made up of gold? Have you ever wondered why? Think about it. When you hear people describe heaven, heaven is a place that is made up of the fantasies of human beings. Your fantasy, a place where you don't got to work, you don't got to pay bills, ain't no tears, ain't no suffering, ain't no crying. Don't that sound too good to be true? That sounds like exactly what you tell somebody who's tired of this life. Somebody who wants to give up on this life. And then when you have somebody in this life who doesn't like listening, who doesn't like following the rules, you tell them that, hey, by the way, you better follow the rules because when you die, you might go burn in hell. What does that do? That makes some people calm down. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it can become very extreme. That's why in the Middle East, you see, 2 years ago, some girl got beat up because she wasn't wearing her hijab. You know who she got beat up by? The morality police. That's how extreme religion is. But look at where we are today, sister. We are literally creating life already. Artificial intelligence is about to take over the world, while you still got people over here believing in spirits. We don't got time for that. We need people to wake up from sleep. We need people to get out of the superstitions. My best advice I can give anyone right now is you better catch up on your knowledge of technology and how it works for your sake and for your children. Because the next time black people gonna be slaves, the slave master ain't gonna be white people. It's gonna be a bunch of machines.
Well,
You know what happened to people who spend their time asleep? Look at black communities all around the world. We over here crying. You think we're the only one that people hate? We're not the only ones who are suffering. We're just the laziest ones. We're just the ones who don't work the best with each other. We over here, holy shit. You can get a black man to value a sneaker more than he could value learning how to build a computer. We're the only ones that don't like to come together. And we got the most pride. We got the most pride of all human races. We got more pride than white people, than Asian people, than Native Americans. Anytime one of our brothers make it, he always falls because of one of us. We are even willing to deny our own history and adopt fictitious identities just so we're not associated with each other. That's toxic. Those are the signs of a race that is about to go extinct. You see the struggles of black people? It goes back about 800 years. If you really study black history very well, when we started suffering, you will see that the original intent was to wipe us off the face of the earth. In those days, our ancestors were complacent, but our generation, we cannot afford to be complacent because what we're dealing with now is technologically advanced.
but our ancestors, they prayed though. They prayed to a god.
They were superstitious. So instead of going to buy gunpowder like everybody else, they were fucking praying. What did the fucking prayer do for them? You know what gave the white man and the colonizer superiority? Gunpowder. Gunpowder, like gun fucking powder that came out of China. The Chinese were selling gunpowder to everybody. Our ancestors didn't buy them. And when they bought them, they didn't even use it against the colonizers. They used it against each other. Like we still doing today.
That's true on that.
Listen. Until the black man learns that he has to lay down his life for his brother, there ain't no hope for us. Now for white folks, most white folk already know religion is just for their entertainment. That's why if you fuck with white folk, they're going to take that Bible and throw it right down the toilet and fuck you up right before they go back to church and ask God to forgive them. They love Jesus only when it's convenient, but you better not mess with their country.
Yeah, they love money.
They love children, except when it's Palestinians. And can you blame them? You can't blame them. You can only blame ourselves for our own problems. My job right here on TikTok is to sound and to sound a trumpet. Black people, as we see them in the world today, we are headed towards extinction if we don't learn to work together and to defend ourselves. Every needs necessary intellectually, with knowledge, with wisdom. We have to keep up with the rest of the world. You see what the Chinese are doing? They're not stupid. China don't teach their kids that God exists. In China, the official religion of the state is atheism. You know what they teach their kids? You guys can do anything as long as you got each other's back. It's country before religion. Y'all want to go to church. You know what Christianity teach Christians? Christianity teach Christians that the world is about to end. So the average black Christian cannot even see the world past 100 years from now. They don't have no vision. You got white people over here looking at 200-300 years into the future. You got Chinese people over here looking 200-300 years into the future. Most African religious people, they can't even see past 1 year because they're waiting for Jesus to come back. You see how they got us? They're waiting for the world to end. Why the fuck would you want to save the world if you think it's going to end? All of y'all who believe Jesus is coming back and the world is about to end, y'all the ones who keep backstabbing us. Y'all the snitches. Y'all the house Negroes. Because y'all think Jesus is about to come back anyway, so might as well tell on them. Hey, massa, them niggas out there, they ain't picking no cutting. They just out there chilling. I know you told them to read the Bible, but I don't see them reading the Bible. So I told them it's good to read the Lord's word. And you snitch on your brother while hoping that Jesus is going to come back soon. Sister, I don't think it's bad to be a Christian. I don't even think that it's bad to be religious. But I think that anything in moderation is okay. But when it becomes fanatic to the point where it actually is affecting your ability to improve in the real world, especially at a collective level, it becomes a problem. If this was just one or two of us, no problem. And this is not even just a black people problem. This is a humanity problem. I think that if we allow artificial intelligence to keep improving for the next 50 years, and the average people and the average citizen of different countries don't keep up with it, at some point, you may have governments in this world that will be like, okay, this group of people, you guys are now second-class citizens. You ain't got no right to vote. This group of people, you guys are this. And you can't do nothing because you have to face the machines. Right? When the police officer or the soldier pulls up and it's a robot, what are you going to do? You cannot underestimate what the evil people in this world are willing to do. But that's enough said. Like I said, God ain't never saved nobody. God didn't save the Jews in Germany. He didn't save black people on the plantations. He did not save the Palestinians. How many times does the world have to get fucked up before y'all know God don't do shit for nobody? Human beings, we are responsible for our own destiny, for our own lives. We have to make choices that ensure that we can grow and progress. This is not personal. This is just real. No matter how much you pray, God's not going to feed your kids. Go get a job or at least go beg. And then you can do the rest of that stuff for entertainment. Some of y'all can't pay your bills today, but if you take all the money you've given to your church over the last 20 years, you could pay your bill for at least the next year. You could have been saving all that money. Your pastor wearing a Rolex watch while telling you to give him $1,000 and God's going to bless you and you believe it. I don't blame the pastors. I blame your ass for being dumb. I do not blame the pastor for scamming you. Oh, hell no. You can never blame the scammer. You should always blame the person who gets scammed for being too dumb to get scammed. You should always blame the people who get scammed for being too dumb to get scammed. Anyways, my sister, thank you so much. I appreciate you, okay?
All right. Thank you. You have a blessed one.
You too, you too.
Thank you.
You're welcome.